breakfast apple, raisin and carrot cookies. What you will need is this sheet here to complete, and as I read through and demonstrate the recipe, you'll need to fill in the gaps on the ingredients list and in the method. First of all, in a large bowl, I have collected half a cup of oat flour and half a cup of wholemeal flour. I've also collected half a teaspoon of baking powder. That was half a teaspoon. I have collected half a teaspoon of cinnamon. I have got half an apple grated using the largest holes on the grater, and half a carrot grated, again on the largest holes of the grater. I've also collected half a cup of raisins. Oops, dropped a few. I have got 1/4 of a cup of sunflower seeds, 1/4, a quarter. I've got 1/4 of a cup of coconut oil. Now it asks in the recipe for this to be melted, so I'm going to need to put this in the microwave to soften it for about 30 seconds. Then the last ingredient is 3 tablespoons of golden syrup. Now I've put it in a jug, but I've measured it using my tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of golden syrup. Now to get started, I'm going to finish preparing my ingredients by melting my coconut oil, and then I'll show you the mixing. Step 1 in the method asks us to preheat the oven to 180 degrees and line a baking tray with baking paper. Step number 2 that you need to fill in is to add and combine all of the ingredients into a bowl and mix really, really well. So I'm going to add in the carrot and the apple, the seeds, the raisins, the baking powder, cinnamon. I'm going to give it a quick mix through first, just with all the dry ingredients. And the reason for that is I don't want anything in particular to get stuck to the coconut oil or the golden syrup before it's had a chance to be mixed. Now I can add in the coconut oil and the golden syrup. All of the ingredients in one bowl. So this is great, we don't have too many dishes. Now I need to mix it really well until it starts to stick together. It should be a little bit sticky, but dry enough that we can pick it up and roll it into small balls, little biscuit size, onto our tray. Step number 3, while I'm mixing, let's read that, asks us to use 1 tablespoon of mixture and to make balls ready to place onto the baking tray, and then to squash them slightly so they look more like a biscuit rather than a ball before we bake them. What I can see is my mixture is coming together now. It is looking sticky and I can't see lots of chunks of flour or dry bits. So I'm now ready to scoop out 1 spoonful of mixture, and with clean hands rolling it into a bowl, and then I'm going to place it onto the baking tray and squash it down just a little so it looks a bit more like a cookie, just like that. I'm going to repeat this until all the mixture is done. I've finished rolling the mixture. I've made 12 small size biscuits and I've squashed them slightly, ready to go into the oven that was preheated, and they go in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes. They're not traditional biscuits. They don't have lots of butter and sugar. In fact, they don't have either of those ingredients, so they're not going to change colour or texture like normal biscuits do, but what we're looking for is them to be slightly golden around the edges, and then as they cool down, they will firm up a little bit and still be quite soft in the middle. So it's now time for you to go ahead and make your biscuits.